Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I am joined by a very special guest, someone who will know a lot about Flynn Downes, and that is Reese from Swans Away Day. Reese, how are you doing, brother?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. We've just signed one of your boys, and I want you to enlighten us and tell us all about Flynn Downes, if you can, mate. Take it away.
Well, all I will say is you've got an absolute cracker of a player. Definitely a future in England international, by no doubt. We said the same about Conor Gallagher when he was on loan at us. We said the same about Mark Guehi when he was on loan at us. And luckily for us, we've had the privilege of watching Flynn Downes. He's 23 years old, so he's got plenty of years to grow in him. He's looked way above championship level, considering it was his main season at championship level with a decent club. In terms of not being relegated like Ipswich. He did really well. Contributed 1 goal, 2 assists, which isn't too bad for a defensive midfield, so he knows where the box and stuff like that. Loves the yellow card, so he's not afraid to take one for the team. Got a red card as well last season, so he can get a little bit over the top at times, but I like to see that from a midfielder. So, yeah, very passionate, very good pass on the ball. I believe he was in top 5 for passing success last season in terms of successful passes. Yeah, he's brilliant, mate. And for what Crystal Palace were going to pay, I'm kind of glad West Ham came in because it helped us get a bit more money in. Obviously, Flynn Downes is a West Ham fan, so yeah, it's a good move for everyone, really, I think.
What it is with the West Ham fans at the minute is we don't know what type of player he actually is. Like, what would you describe him as? Like, is he an industrial midfielder? Is he a technical midfielder? Is he just a central midfielder? What is he? What is Flynn Downes?
He's definitely a player who is probably to take the ball off the back four and play it to the advanced midfielder. So yeah, probably definitely more of a defensive midfielder. And like I said, doesn't score many goals, but he's someone who's not afraid to take the ball from the back and pass it. He has drove forward now and again, but yeah, definitely defensive midfield is his first role.
Yeah. Obviously, he's come from the Championship. Are you surprised how well he did for you last year, considering he was at Ipswich and he demanded a move away from Ipswich to your boys?
Yeah, I was slightly surprised, to be honest. I never really heard of him when we signed him. We signed him for around £1.4 million, which is a decent fee, to be honest, in the Championship. So I was a little bit sceptical of what we could see from him. But obviously, Russell Martin had his scouts and stuff like that. And yeah, he's been fantastic. And obviously, the scouting data, a lot of Premier League clubs wanted him as well. Palace were close. Wolves, Southampton, Leeds are all linked as well. But yeah, it just shows if a lot of Championship clubs if a lot of Premier League clubs want a Championship player, it just shows how much potential they do have. And yeah, we have seen before where, Championship players have gone to the Premier League and not done brilliant, but there's plenty of occasions such as Jared Bowen for West Ham, who's come from Hull City in the Championship, who's done fantastic. So yeah, it's good. Be interesting to see how he does. But like I say in my video, you've got loads of football this season. You're in 3 competitions: Conference League, Carroll Cup, FA Cup. Obviously, you've got the Premier League as well. Obviously, you've got the World Cup in November, December. So after that, Declan Rice might need a rest or something. So yeah, plenty of opportunities for Flynn Downes this season, I think.
I've got a few questions for you, mate. So if you don't mind answering, Reese, I'd be truly grateful, mate. It's this one, this first one. Do you think he has the physical attributes for the Premier League? Is he ready for the Premier League right now, would you say?
I believe so. I know when you look at Flynn Downes, you probably think he's a bit of a lanky guy who hasn't got much strength, but there was a clip which a lot of West Ham fans saw when we played Cardiff last season at our stadium. Kiefer Moore was trying to run into the box, and he literally just out-muscled Kiefer Moore, kicked the ball as far as he could, and we literally scored from him kicking it as far out straight for Kiefer Moore. So if he's out straight for Kiefer Moore, then he can do anyone. And look, it'll probably take a couple of weeks to probably adjust to the Premier League style, but for £9 million up front, it's a pretty cheap deal for West Ham. It's a pretty low risk move, and like I said, when you play for your boyhood club, you're going to give it everything, and I think he's going to be a really, really good player for you.
Yeah. Thing is, I think what it is with the West Ham fan base at present is we're a bit sceptical because, yeah, we've signed a player from the Championship that no one really knows. I think he's gone very much under the radar at Swansea this year. I think he's been very good for Swansea probably, but outside the Premier League, I think no one would ever sort of have picked up on him, so to speak. But Crystal Palace are a team that have been hunting this geezer down for a few years. I think even when you
Yeah.
signed him, they was looking at him, and also.
Yeah, I know Crystal Palace were linked, and they must be absolutely gutted they've not got him again, because it's one of those they've probably been scouting for years and they just couldn't get over the line, to be honest. But mate, I think the reason why Flynn Downes went under the radar last season was probably just due to Swansea not being absolutely great, and the position we finished on the table. I think if we finished or had a playoff finish, a lot more people would be speaking a bit more about Flynn Downes, but probably people thinking, Swansea finish, 15th, is this guy that good? But, sometimes where you finish in the table is a bit of a lie to certain players, because everyone's got quality players. Like, we've got Joel Pereira's got 24 goals last season. No way he deserves to be 15th in the league. So, yeah, Flynn Downes definitely one of the better players last season. Like I said, 36, I think he played 39 games last year in Championship, so only missed 7 games, so can't say injury-free as well. But yeah, honestly, I've said so many times, he's fantastic.
Can Downes run the midfield by himself, or was Matt Grimes pivotal to as being a midfield partner?
Yeah, Grimes definitely was a pivotal partner, because Grimes was definitely a bit more on the ball than Downes, and Downes would do a bit of I don't know what the term this year is. It's disgusting work, the hard work, the unnoticed work. That's what Downes would do. Grimes would be a bit more of a technical player. Downes could do that, don't get me wrong, but Downes would just be the one sitting back, holding the line. Someone breaks with the line, pull him back, kick him to the floor, get a yellow card. And like I say, he's definitely not afraid to do that. The only slight negatives to his game is probably his temper. Can get a little bit over the top. Last season, he was already on the yellow card. Charlie Austin was given a bit of verbal in the year, and he literally just pushed him over stupidly and got sent off. But it was in the 90th minute, so it didn't really cost us the game. But that's the only bit of negative I can give. He's got a pretty bad temper, so in the Premier League, there's plenty of players who can probably notice that. So hopefully, Dane Moyes can quickly figure that out and just tell him don't do anything stupid.
Do you think that will affect him in the Premier League, especially with VAR everywhere? Like in the Championship, I think you can get away with certain things, but I think in the Prem, you can't get away with nothing.
Yeah, you'll have to be careful because he does love a slight tackle as well. Obviously, with the Premier League, it's it looks a good tackle, but then they go to VAR and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll take some time to adjust. Anyone who hasn't played in front of VAR before, because from the outside looking in, it looked quite destructive. But yeah, it'll take some time, and you'll probably get a few cards next season.
Right, so that's the card betting for me then. How do Swansea fans feel at present about losing Flynn Downes?
Well, going into the summer, we knew we were going to lose one of Flynn Downes or Joel Pereira just due to finances and trying to keep the numbers above again for another year. So we knew we were going to lose him or Pereira. We're happy with the fee we've got, 9 million up front and potentially another 5 in add-ons, which is good for us. We've made profit from last year, 7.5 million profit in terms of cash up front, but we do have to give him such a bit of fee as well. But yeah, we're not too disappointed, to be honest, because Joe Allen's set down a medical today, so the replacement's straight away anyway. So yeah, in terms of if Joe Allen wasn't going to come in, I'd be a bit worried and a bit more disappointed. But considering we got a ready-made replacement, Championship proven, Welsh, Swansea born, we're pretty happy, just like West Ham fans are really. So yeah, if it was another position where we didn't have something lined up, I'd be a bit worried. But Downes' move helps us get Joe Allen in and probably strengthens a few more areas in the squad. So, like I said, it's a move which suits everybody, really.
Yeah, that's good, mate. That's good. How do you assess your upcoming season for Swansea before we sort of come towards the end?
Hopefully playoffs. We've had playoffs before. Obviously, the former Hammer Andre who helped us get to 2 playoffs, semi-final and a final, and unfortunately Steve Cooper couldn't do it with us, but he does it with Forest, which was slightly annoying. Yeah, last season was a bit of a transitional period, which has to happen sometimes in football, which can be frustrating as a fan because you spend all that money to travel home and away, and you just know your team's not made as good. But yeah, this year we've got a really good squad at the moment. Obafemi's looking really bright, but again, him and Pro attracted Premier League interest from Brighton, Leicester. So yes, it's a problem really. We've got a good squad on paper, but teams like West Ham and teams 1-0 players, so it's a bit hard to build. So yeah, hopefully top 6 is the aim. But the Championship, as West Ham fans know in the past when you've been there, it's such a tough league to get out of.
Yeah, and are you looking forward to getting back on the road again, mate? I know you go to all the away games. I see the vlogs.
Yeah, the away games for Swan City fans are seem to take quite long. I think we've got the most miles to travel again this season, which is no surprise. Got some very long games: Sunderland, Middlesbrough up there. First game of the season, Rotherham. We've got Blackpool after. But yeah, it's away days are part of the football fan, and home games are really good. But it's just away games, just a bit something extra, and yeah, whatever the result, really, we kind of enjoy the day. So yeah, I'm just looking to see football back on TV, whatever league really. It's been long, and obviously with no international football this summer, really, and not really counting the Nations League, it's been a long summer.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I really do, and I can't wait to get back either. Reece, I want to thank you for coming on today, mate. I really, really do appreciate it. I've been interested to know how good Flynn Downes is, and I think you've reassured us. We've got a player who's tenacious, but he's got a bit of aggression about him, but he's just got to control that aggression, especially in the Prem. Do you know what I mean? Listen, as I say, I really do appreciate it. Please do like the video, everyone, and please do subscribe to the channel. And also, in the description below is Reece's channel. I'll put it in there. Go and subscribe to him. He does some good content for Swansea. Do you know what I mean? And listen, Reece, all the best for the upcoming season from me.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And if anyone after the stream has a bit of time, I did a video on Flynn Downes yesterday of like his stats last season. It's about 4 minutes long, so if you can check that out, that'd be awesome as well.
Yeah, go and check it out over there on Reece's channel. Anyway, my final thought is on this before I let you go is that we've signed probably a little gem that we've got to like nurture. Will he come into the team now? I don't know. I think he will come into the team in stages, but I think he's going to be bedded in like Jared Bowen, Ben Rama, to name a few. So yeah, Flynn's the man, and he's a West Ham man. So we're going to find out in the next sort of coming weeks in friendlies how good this man really is in the shirt. He's a West Ham boy, and we all know what it means as a West Ham fan for one to another, what it's all about. So yeah, listen, anyway, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. It's Friday. Enjoy yourselves, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.
Cheers.